there's so many things simultaneously going on right now, like just historic events. Even in weather, there's tornadoes and things popping up, and billionaires, every year getting sacrificed to another boat thing. It's like there's so much going on in the world, and I think it's also probably social media. We're constantly streaming, we're much more aware of it. There's so much more factors to it, because as a millennial, I remember
And
it's
we're
less
we're
stressful.
we're more
Yeah,
easily
but
manipulated because we get repetitive things,
yeah,
and so we start seeing that, and that's what becomes the reality. And you know, God, I don't want to live in the world of idiocracy. I mean,
I know, but
it's
here's the thing: I already own Crocs, and they're so comfortable. And those are the ones from the movie. And I see so many people still wear Crocs. Although I think I can't wear them anymore because you said something racist. And now I'm like, fuck, man, Crocs really help because I have a wide foot.
Brondo. It's got electrolytes.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know. It's what plants crave.
It's what plants crave.
Oh god. I mean, you gotta admit, just a little bit of you when you were at the DNC, you were like, am I an idiocracy a little bit? Like I thought President Camacho was gonna come out. Like if they brought Terry, like all there was a
It would have
because
been
Terry
cool if
he
we
went
did Terry
around even
Crews.
like
Yeah.
on TikTok pretending to be president for like a month or so ago, and that was hilarious. But it's like it's also kind of scary because I'm like, oh god, I own Crocs.
But yeah, no, I came out of there just fully convinced that we have the core of the party energized. We've
That's
got, and we had one of the guests that we had on our breakfast was David Polk, who did Obama's campaign, and he actually is also doing that now. And they have ads out now that are running in the key battleground states and CD2 Nebraska. So we are getting the advertising that the battleground states are getting, because they realize our one vote is a battleground, and they've got full-time staffers in the state of Nebraska on the ground. They've put staff into the congressional district election. And they've devoted a very big media buy into Nebraska to, potentially do some flipping here. So I just love the fact that I came back at this time, and I'm back home in my home state and getting involved in all of this, and being able to contribute to it.
yeah. No, I mean it's cool to learn more about you because I've just watched a few episodes where you were shooting with. One of the episodes I just watched was the one of the DA or the.
That was my first
DA.
that was my first podcast. So
Yes, 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 which is really interesting because even I've had some interesting stuff going on with
West Hollywood.
my personal case didn't get such the greatest attention because I feel like the DA didn't do the best of jobs there as well. But I digress on that. But it's nice to see someone that has the privilege, because that's not, again, everybody can't go buy a house, but it's nice to see that you went and did that, and you're actually contributing in that way. And that's pretty much how it sounds like that's the path for some community members, if they have that privilege to do that, is to move in those spaces. But I had a question though, in moving in that space as a trans person, because like moving into red spaces can be kind of like, oh my god, am I going to be hate crime? Because California, like everybody kind of leaves everybody alone pretty much here. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a
Hey,
huge bubble to that.
Nebraska passed constitutional carry. I can conceal
Yeah.
carry my gun without a permit anywhere I
Okay,
want to go.
so you're like, you can be a
You
trans person, just stay strapped up.
I can stay strapped in Nebraska, and
Yeah.
I was in the military. I was an armorer. I know how to put together and take apart AR-15s, and I'm very proficient in firearm usage, and also they allow you to open carry a firearm within the state capitol. And
That's kind
I
of
I
wild.
was tempted this year during the legislative session to show up a couple of times with my 40 cal on my hip and see how fast they go Ronald Reagan and the Black Panthers in Sacramento,
I was
and,
gonna
and
say, like, that's why
ban it in the
California
Capitol.
doesn't have it is because of the Black Panthers. Yeah, but
And it's like there's a member of the State Board of Education and other elected officials who show up at the Capitol to protest stuff or be in support of stuff, and they're walking around with guns on their hips. And I'm like, well, okay, if they can do it, I should be able to.
so your suggestion to trans people if they move into red states is buy
Have a gun, be strapped.
Okay.
Know how to use it, and that's one thing I think that trans people anywhere should at least know how to use firearms and know some of the safety and relationship to them, because if crap ever does hit the fan, I think it will become incumbent upon us.
Militia. So
yeah. Oh, believe me. Oh God, I got
honestly though, like, listen, trans people are the most resourceful people I have ever met in my entire life. And the cool thing is here's the advantage that we have. We as a community, because of a lot of our social economic challenges we face, we actually tend to gather in groups more diversely than other communities. So trans people actually know how to communicate within other communities. Some are problematic. A lot of people can make mistakes, but still, for the most part, we're gathering with each other more mixed and diverse. So that already gives us the advantage. Plus, have you ever seen a trans person that needs to get someplace and look good? They do it on $1.50, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
How did you do that? And trans people are so resourceful. So I would kind of be scared of a trans militia, because I'd be like, oh my God, they'd be making bullets out of like wood somehow, and somehow they'd be like lethal, and we what I mean? Like,
we just get a machine shop, and we're going to be making those zip guns for everyone.